Welcome to Superneat India. Today we are going to discuss about a very important topic, that is significant figure. It is important and also it is a examiner favorite topic, because when you are seeing the question papers you will find at least one or two questions from the based on these concepts. Okay, let me start without further delay. So significant figures. Significant figure means what? It is name. Significant. It is a important, means we can't able to neglect. We can't able to neglect the term. What is the figures? Which is figures means numbers. Okay. Here numbers are called figures. So significant figures, the numbers, any time or any moment we can't able to neglect the term, or it is a very important thing. Okay, so that is called significant figure. For example, in everyday life we are going to measure one or other things. See, whenever you want to measure anything with somewhere from or somebody, due to the personal error, or it may be due to the functional error, or it may be due to the error of some instrumental error, your values may be varied. See, for example, whenever you are perform a laboratory experiments, for example in your titration, you are taking same time, same amount of analyte. When you taking, for example, 10 ml analyte, okay, you are around 3 times you are going to take 10 ml analyte. In your conical flask. So it almost seemed to be conical flask. You shouldn't expect an exact shape. That is not necessary. Okay. So 10 ml, 10 ml, 10 ml. 3 times you are going to measure this, and you are going to titrate against some titrant which is taken in a burette. Okay. So, but when you are titrate 3 times, for this first flask, first analyte, you are going to get a first sample, you are going to get 10.5 ml. Because when the reactions is end up by changing your color, it is around 10.5 ml. You will note down that burette reading. Okay. 5 ml. For the second, you may get color change around 10.2 ml. And why we need to do the third one? Because we need to confirm the record, or we need to confirm the value which is repeatedly get. That is the only thing we are considered as a correct value. Okay, so you might have get same value in the next analyte also. So we can consider this as a result, or this as a correct value, because you are getting this around 2 times, but you also get this 10.5. Either it may be due to your side of error, or it may be due to instrumental error. So whenever you want to measure anything, either it may comes from error from your side, or from some instrumental side, or from our nature. Anything may be causes for this. So in the significant figure we are going to measure, for example, we will take one more example, that is, if you weigh an object which is showing 9.4 grams in a flat form balance. Okay, flat form balance, which are using in grocery shops, and you can find it in a market, that type of flat form balance. You are weighing 9.4 gram. Okay, then the same amount of object, if you weigh in a analytical balance, the same object. If you weigh in a platform balance, you are going to get 9.4 gram. If you weigh the same object in a analytical balance, you are going to get 9.4231 grams. So what is the difference? Even you weighing the same object in different weighing machines, okay? But you are going to get different measurements, right? Why? I already told you, because of your instrument, or because of the nature, or because of the human error, it may be causes, okay? And in platform balance, the negligible amounts will not be going to show you. But in an analytical balance, which we are using in our chemical laboratories or chemical industries, we are consider these 423 milligrams or 23 milligrams also very important, because if you excess, so when you are doing your titration, if you add one drop excess, it will changes completely color of the analyte. Same way, a little bit amount of any extra objects, it will causes so many different means unconditional error, okay? So let me find how the significant figure here we need to take. See, this, in this case we are consider 9 is a certain, whereas 4 is uncertain. See, when you are weighing in a flat balance, you are end up the last digit only 4, but here when you weigh in a analytical balance, you are going to get 4, 2, 3, 1, etc. grams, because it is a uncertain. So to measure a correct value or to measure a significant figure, we need to understand the concept, okay? So to mainly we need to measure significant figure, means it is a very important and it is a certain, okay? So that's why we consider here as 9 is a significant figure and 4 is uncertain, because it may vary little bit, okay? It's not drastically vary, it may vary little bit. Next, let us see the definition of this. So significant figure means figure is the meaningful digits, okay? Meaningful digits, which is or which one is considered with certainty. See, if we write 11.4 grams. See, in this 11 is a certain value. Certain value means which is not change, okay? And 4 is uncertain value, because this is going to little bit, it has to undergo changes, okay? Uncertain value. See, this is the significant figure meaning, but we need to understand the scope of significant figures. Why we need to study? Since your exam it is contained, yeah, of course, and in your daily life also it is a very important, okay? So when you are going to round up anything, you are going to understand this concept on the basis of what concept we have of the numbers, or what basis we have to consider which amount of numbers, okay? That is called significant figure. For example, I will show you 123. Here, how many significant figures are there? 1, 2, 3. All the 3 figures are significant. So, we are consider this as 3 significant figures. Okay? If suppose I will write 1, 0, 2, 3 and 0, 1, 2, 3. How many significant figures are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 significant figures are there. Whereas here 1, 2, 3. So 3 significant figures are. Okay. See, here we consider 0. But here we didn't consider 0. Why? Here we consider 0 and we write 4 significant figures. But when it comes to this, we are not consider 0 as a significant figure. So, for this question, we need to understand rules. What are the rules present to understand, to write a significant figure? Okay, let us start by understanding significant figures. How can we take, which we need to take, or let us understand the rules to consider significant figures. Okay, rules to find out significant figure. Without knowing rules, you may end up with it is not like oh my god, I can't able to understand all those rules and I can't able to answer for this. No, not at all like that. It will very simple and important. If you use the common sense, you can easily understand. Okay, so first rule will be all non-zero are significant. Okay, so whenever you see for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you find any of these number in your significant figure problem, if you find up to from 1 to 9, okay, if you find any number in your problem, we will consider as a significant figure. For example, we will consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. Okay. The second rule says whenever if you had a 0 which is preceding means which is left off any number, which will not consider as significant figure. See, the second rule says any 0 which is preceding or which is trailing. I can include the third step also here only. Trailing. What do you mean by preceding and trailing? I will going to make you to understand by giving this example. If I take 0, 0, 3, 2, 1 and 3, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. See, whenever you find zeros, here also significant figures are only 3 significant figures, whereas here also 3 significant figures. Even the preceding zeros, that is before starting any numerical values, before starting non-zeros number, if we find any zeros, we didn't consider it as a significant number. Okay, so you forgot this. If you find any zeros after any numbers, then also you should forget. Okay, so that zeros we didn't included in our significant figures. Then why we here take a 0 as a significant figure? Let us understand by going to next rule. That is your third rule is explain about this. That is the zero which is in between any non-zero numbers or non-zero digits. We should consider it as significant. Okay, so if 0 comes in between non-zero digits. For example, 101 or 20036008600. Okay, so you should consider all the zeros in between non-zero digits. This is non-zero, this is non-zero, but here the zero which is in between. So we should consider here three significant figure, because 0 is also considered as a significant figure when it is in between those two numbers. Okay, then if you consider here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, even though it contains 10 numbers, see here non-zero digits, there are 4 zeros. Okay, you should consider that one as a significant figure, but you won't consider as the last two trailing zeros, which is not our significant figure. Only in between, whenever you find zeros in between any two numbers, you should consider that one also a significant figures. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 9, so there are 9 significant. I will give you one more example, that is fourth one. By deducing that, we will going to deduce the rule, fourth rule. Okay, so 0.100. Okay, so 1.00, 1.0 or 0.0. See, like this, here it is a preceding one, but here it is a trailing zeros. In this case, what is the significant figures? How many significant figures are there? You should answer for this. Okay, okay, so for example, I will take this one. So how many significant figures are there? When you are finding decimal, when you are finding decimal, you should consider after the decimal any zeros, and before the decimal any zeros. You should consider all the digits as a significant figure. Okay, so see, for example, this I will going to answer for you. So 1 2 3 4. So for this there are 4 significant. Okay, so for this there are 4 significant figures, because it is comes after a decimal. We are consider very sensitively here a decimal point is there. Whenever you find decimal points, you should consider all the zeros, preceding and also trailing. Okay, so this is one rule which is, I will tell you the rule. Now you should answer those questions. Okay, so what is the rule? The zeros present when in the presence of decimal points, consider it as significant figures. Unless until decimal point is there, if without decimal point you won't consider. Okay, trailing and preceding. If you find any decimal point, you should consider all the zeros. Okay, this is the main rule. You should very aware about this rule. See, for example, I will take one more example, 0 0. Here how many significant digits? There are only one significant digits, because this trailing zeros we didn't consider. Okay, if I write it here, so I will put here decimal point. So this type we have to choose all the 3 digits. 1 2 3, all the 3 digits are significant. Okay, so all the 3 digits are significant, and it is important to consider. Because of this small fellow, that is decimal point. Okay.